Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to start chapter Economic Growth and Development. Now, the concept of economic growth and development is mixed up and confused by people. Whereas economic growth and development are taken to be same by some people, in terms of economic, these two concepts are different and they are not same. So in this chapter, we are going to see that this important topic that is gaining more and more importance these days, how growth and development differ from each other. But before that, we are going to see the current interest or reasons why people are taking interest in development economics. First reason for this is that a major factor responsible for increasing interest in economic development is that poor countries have become aware of their poverty and they want to increase their standard of living, they want to come out of poverty. So for that they need to understand the concept and they will also like to come out of poverty and move on the path of development. Secondly, poor countries are aware of their inferior economic and political status in the world. So they have realized that it is only development which can raise their standard and bring recognition from them. Thirdly, people of the underdeveloped countries have become conscious of high standards of living of people in advanced countries. So they note the possession of modern amenities and living style of people of advanced countries, and even they want these modern amenities and high lifestyle. So they desire to emulate the living style of advanced countries, which is possible only when economic development will take place. On the other hand, a large number of countries of Asia, Africa and Latin America were under colonial rule before the Second World War. So they were exploited by colonial powers, and these countries got political independence only after the Second World War. So, in these countries also, economic development has become the leading objective of economic policy of the government because they want their countries also to move on the path of development. Fifthly, the rich countries are aware that there is this need for economic development, and if they are going to support this need of economic development, it is further going to support their own growth. If they want to avoid cyclical fluctuations and keep a constant demand, then they will also have to support this. And sixthly, there is the self-interest of the developed countries itself demands development of the poor countries. When poor countries are going to develop, they are going to buy different type of services as well as goods. They are going to demand for goods in form of latest technology and machineries from these developed countries only. So the developed countries have their markets in these underdeveloped countries. When underdeveloped countries will try to develop, developed countries will benefit out of it. That is why this particular topic is gaining more and more importance. Now, what do we mean by economic growth? Economic growth as such is known as a process whereby the real per capita income of a country increases over a long period of time. Now, there are 3 points to be noted in this regard. First of all, that when we define economic growth, the focus is mainly on increase in per capita income. Okay, so in regard to this, let us explain why it is so. Economic growth has been defined in terms of national income aggregates. Everybody agrees that a necessary requirement for economic growth is an increased amount of goods and services in the economy. So total output in the economy is measured in terms of national income, and when this national income will increase, it will bring about economic growth. Okay. So there are two important national income aggregates in this regard, namely total national income and per capita income. Whereas total national income is defined as the value of all final goods and services produced in a country in a year, national income can be expressed in terms of gross domestic product or gross national product. Okay. Now we don't need to go in detail. We don't have to do the definition of GDP and GNP over here. We are only supposed to just understand the national income. That is the value of all final goods and services that are produced in a country in a year. Okay. And we just have to understand the concept of per capita income. So per capita income is the average income of the people of. So we get per capita income by dividing national income of a country by the population of a country. Now which concept we are going to consider better? Is it going to be national income in totality or per capita income? It is the per capita income that will be considered while regarding the economic growth, and when we are considering that actually economic growth has taken place or not, because this is the average income of an individual and it is a more appropriate indicator of the development of an economy. Secondly, while defining economic growth, we stress on the long period of time, that this increase that is taking place in the per capita income should be for a long period of time and not just for 1 week or 1 month, but it should be prolonged in the sense that it has been taking for past 2 to 3 years. Thirdly, economic growth is regarding as a process. We emphasize the process of economic growth because it implies that there are certain forces in operation which are related to each other. So we are able to identify the principal forces which gives rise to economic growth, which involves not only just increase in output, but this result of increase in output that is taking place, this is because of increased quantities of inputs such as land, labor, capital, greater efficiency of inputs, and the use of advanced techniques of production.